We're back in AutoCAD Civil 3D. What we have here is just a conceptual layout of the site in a CAD format. We're going to use the Map3D Map Export command to actually export these strings for importation into InfraWorks. So on our selection tab, we're going to export these as line objects. We're going to export them to an SHP file. We're just going to call it Conceptual Layout, select our objects, and then select OK. Now back in InfraWorks, we go to our Data Sources tab, and we're going to attach it as an SHP file. We navigate to our datasets folder, and then we double click to configure the document. We're going to set the type as a coverage area. Now first thing we're going to do is assign a style. In this case we're going to use a default grass with gravel border, and we're going to use an XY placement instead of actually using a coordinate system. This actually gives us the ability to go and locate the site wherever we want to, because nothing's been locked down at this point in the project. All I'm doing now is coming in and changing the elevation of that object, making sure we don't drape it on the surface. We're going to keep it at a consistent height. Within the table, we're going to take those line strings and we're going to apply a slight elevation offset and a buffer, and this is going to apply some width to give it the impression of a roadway. As you can see, we have our whole conceptual design from Civil 3D been brought into its entirety into InfraWorks. We can right click and say select all the features. You can see just using the gizmo down the bottom there, we can actually go and move and rotate and start to actually fine tune where we want our final site layout to be. Now that we have our final site in place, InfraWorks 360 gives us the ability to change the visual appearance of these coverage areas by using a style palette. Now within the style palette, we simply go to our coverage area, which we initially set to a grass with gravel border, and we can come and swap these out with different styles. We can use the ones that either ship with InfraWorks 360, or we can actually go and build our own up from scratch. In this case, we're selecting our features from the Data Sources menu. We simply select the new style from the style palette and drag it onto that existing selection.